Hey y'all, it's Amy with Deep in the Art Creations here, and today I'm going to show you an easy, quick craft that you can do in less than 10 minutes and inexpensive. You probably already have some of these things on hand anyway. We're going to make a gift tag, a cute little wooden gift tag. All right, let's get started. I'm just going to paint my tag here real quick. I probably should have gotten a bigger brush for this to make it go a little quicker, but and on these, I really like the wood look, so I'm going to let that show through. But if you don't, you want a fuller coverage, you can just put multiple coats until it gets to the color that you like. But like I said, I really like it to look a little bit more kind of rustic, and so I like the wood to show through. And a lot of people don't realize this, but red is a somewhat translucent color when you're painting, meaning that it'll take a couple of coats to really cover what you've got behind it. So if you are wanting to cover that up, a good way to do that is to start with a primer coat of a gray. So if that's something that you don't want to see the wood through it, you can just do a coat of gray first, and that'll help it to cover a little better that red. I have that side done, and to make this go just a little bit faster, I have a little handheld USB charged fan that helps to dry my paint a little bit quicker. Okay. It's not perfectly dry, but that's okay. It's dry enough. And like I said, with a rustic look, it's okay if it gets a little bit worn, you know? All right, so here we go. I'm going to do this back side real quick. And like I said, if you want to have it completely opaque with the red, you can just paint either, you don't have to, but you could paint a base coat of gray, again, not white, and then come back and do the red on top, or you can do multiple coats of the red. It's just that gray is going to help it cover a lot quicker if you put that base coat down. It's kind of like anytime you're painting your house, you've got a primer, right? Well, gray in that case would be the primer instead of going to buy some fancy primer. You just use the color gray. It'll work great. All right, so, and like I said, if I had used a bigger brush, I don't know why I picked this one up, but this would have gone even quicker. So, see, crafting does not have to take a long time. It's just a matter of sitting down for a little bit of time and doing that. And just really setting aside the time to get your creative juices going and just, get a little bit of peace and play, as one of my friends says. A little peace and play, and I love that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a stencil. And you don't have to use a stencil. I just found some that I really like. Just these little bitty cute stencils. Any stencil would work. And it doesn't have to be a stencil. What I'm using today is a stencil just to make it go a little faster. Because like I said, I want to do a project here that can be done in 10 minutes or less. So that you get some of that crafting calm and just a little time for yourself. But also come out with something really pretty when you're done. Now, I love gold on red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this joy in gold. But you'll see all these other little parts I don't want. So I'm going to take just a little bit of painter's tape here. Masking tape would work as well. And I'm going to cover the parts I don't want on this project. So I don't want that piece. I want the top of the ornament, but I don't want the bow and stuff, just because it doesn't fit so great on this. And come over here, I don't really want that little snowflake either. I just want the joy because I want that to be the focus. So I'll just kind of do like that, and I can take it off when I'm done. And then also the bottom and that little side. I'll just put these kind of like this, and then cover it up. Anything you don't want on a stencil, you just cover that up with some tape. No worries, it won't be there. But you gotta be careful. Don't cover the parts you do want. So I have to make sure that I'm not covering that little piece of that Y for joy. All right, and then, ooh, that was kind of big. Tear that a little bit. Okay, now then. All right, so now I have the part of the deal that I want. And I mean, no, I don't want that whole, I don't have to cover it though, because I'm only going to be doing this part. But since I have an extra piece of tape, I might as well just because I don't know what else to do with that piece of tape. All right, and then I'm going to find out where I want it on here. And I am going to, oh, I should have kept that little piece of tape. I am going to want to tape this down so that it doesn't move around on me. Because there's nothing worse than doing your little stencil and having it move, and then it's smeared and it's, you know, it just doesn't turn out well. So I'm going to tape this down again, being careful not to cover the parts that I do want painted. And now I'm going to get my gold. I would not believe how many different colors of gold there are out there though. So you just pick one that you like, and it doesn't have to be red and gold. These are the colors I like for Christmas, so it's what I tend to go towards. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip it in my paint. I'm going to get it covered up pretty good. But then I'm going to pounce it off so that I don't get a bunch of smudge there, and just make sure, okay? And I'm going to pounce this. You do not paint stencils. You pounce them. Because when you paint, that's when it starts smearing and it starts sliding underneath the stencil. So you just want to pounce it. And if you're, you know, just a pouncing all over, you might want to cover more of your tag that you've got here. Me, I'm pretty good with that. So I'm going to let this dry for a minute, and then I'm going to hit it again. I don't want to layer and layer and layer and layer, because that also doesn't turn out so great. But I'll get my little dryer. This was one of the best purchases I ever made, was this little dryer. I take it to little craft conferences with me and stuff when I can't plug in my heat gun anywhere. And it's not too loud. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And so I'm just going over this one more time and trying to get, you know, maybe some of the spots that I feel like I didn't get as well. And done. We'll just see about that. All right, let's see. I just kind of lift it up and make sure. There we go. It's on there. Nice, right? All so nice. Okay, and I can just clean that later or not. I'm going to set that to the side here. All right. And it's not, I did kind of move it around a little bit. It's not perfect, but that's okay. Again, I like kind of a little rusticy kind of look. And with that said, oh, did I not bring my brown in here? Okay, well, I was going to put like a little brown around the edges. I think I'll just use this gold. So to make it not look, you know, quite so perfect, I'm going to give it a little bit of a pouncing. And notice I didn't put it back in there. I'm just, what's on the sponge still is what I'm using. And I'm going around. I'm going to get these edges a little bit more. Put it in there a little bit. I don't want to put too much because I still want that joy to stand out. But I like the edges to be pounced quite a bit, and like these corners. Just gives it a little bit more worn kind of look. And I just love the gold. I really do. All right. So here we have this. I might get in there just a little bit so it doesn't look just so perfect around that joy. Maybe in there, but you got to be careful. And you know, I did dry that first. Don't do this if it's still wet, or you will mess up your paint. Will start coming up and going everywhere. All right, so here we are. I don't know how well you can see that. I've got it. I did those edges. I might do a little bit more up here too. I'm just pouncing that, and you can see it just comes right off. Right onto my little tag. Okay, and then I will dry that again. Okay, now you may be thinking, what do we do on the back? Well, on this one, I'm going to take my little pouncer again, and I am going to just kind of go all around on this one, a little bit more on the edges. But this is the side where I would write the person's name that it's for. So I want to leave a little bit on the ends, you know, here where I can write on it. I don't want to make that too, I don't want to put too much gold there. So I put a little bit there, and I'm running out a little bit on my pouncer. But actually, I still got plenty. Still have plenty. And you see I'm just doing these edges again, pretty heavy, to help it not look so perfect. And then I do a little bit in the middle, but not a lot. I want to, like I said, I want to write the name on that. So it just look like this. And then with a gold pen, or even, you could just even use a Sharpie if you want to, but I like to use a gold paint pen. And just put, you know, to whoever love, you know, grandma or whatever, mom. So here we are. And after that's dry, I'm going to add my ribbon. I just like to put some gold ribbon with it, but you know, whatever, use whatever you have. If these actually usually come with, see, I get these in packages like this. They come with a twine, and you could just take your I thought these were already cut, but I guess it's not. Okay. Anyways, so just cut however much you need. Stick that through there. Actually, wait, I'm going to stick it through this way. And mine's still wet. Let yours dry. And then I just add a little embellishment, like a little bell. And now you've got this cute tag for your gift that didn't cost much and gave you a nice little quick craft to do. Thanks for joining me, y'all. I hope you enjoyed making your wooden gift tag, and I hope your recipients love them as well. Please hit that like and subscribe button so that you can be notified when we post other easy, affordable, quick crafts for you.